Sacred Bird, protect us!
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. This'll do. Counterattack! Sacred Bird, protect us! And open it!
We're fighting a losing battle. I'm getting out of here.
Good eye! The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this. Sacred Bird, protect us! An opening! Sacred Bird, protect us! An opening! I'll take this! Time to end this!
Can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
I don't care if it's a time of war or peace. I just want to live a life without regrets.
Let's go! officer has been defeated.
I challenge you.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this.
Take this.
Sacred Bird, protect us. Time to act.
Hunter down. Hunter attack.
Time to act.
Looking rough.
officer has been defeated. Is that it? Time to act. Done for. I see it. Looking rough. Whoa. Whoa. Done for. I see it. Let's end this.
Can't believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Take this. Take this. Now. Take it. Time to attack. Take this. Yeah. Sacred Bird, protect us. Prepare for pain. Time to attack. Got this. Take this. Take this. All my might. Listen. Whoa. Take this. Take this. Oh. Now. Good eye. The enemy officer has been defeated.
I'm surprised to hear that the young
Okay,
ones don't.
quiz time.
I do not care who rules this place.
Sacred Bird, protect.
I challenge you to battle. Prepare yourself.
All my might.
The enemy officer
Such great
has been
strength.
defeated.
Back for now.
Take this. Take that. Time to act. Whoa.
We fight.
Take this. Nice. This'll do. Time to attack. Is that it? Sacred Bird, protect us. Time to act. An opening! Take this. Sacred Bird, protect us. Whoa.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
The path we must walk is set. This is onward! Everyone! Sacred Bird, protect us. An opening.
This territory is ours.
Let's go. I challenge you to battle. Prepare yourself. Take this. Hunter attack. An opening. Let's get serious. Time for a good old fight. Get ready. Sacred Bird, protect us. An opening.
Can't believe this. The enemy officer has been defeated.
So Lord South-South's getting serious about uniting me. Another war?
Hard to stay motivated.
Let's go. Time for a good old fight. Get ready. Get ready to be brought down.
Looking rough. Looking rough.
Let's go.
Someone is sowing chaos on the battlefield. I must stop them myself.
Tables to take this. Hunter attack. With all my might.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Whoa. Hunter attack.
Believe this. The enemy officer has been defeated. Whoa.
Is that it? On our seat.
Looking rough. Looking rough.
On to act. Got this.
Looking rough.
I see you. Hunter attack.
Take this!
Take this. The enemy officer has been defeated. Time to end this. How could I? The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Situation.
The enemy officer has been defeated. I see it. This'll do. I can't believe the enemy officer has been defeated.
Surprise quiz time! Lord Zhang Fei has a little nickname.
Have you heard?
Do you think this deployment is daring enough
Being able to fight alongside famous officers in general.
It seemed like Lord Sun Tzu really would live up to the nickname Little Conqueror.
Such are the key lessons of war given in the Wu Tzu. It is such an old tome, but I trust it will be of some use to you.
Thank
Ah, perfect time.
the great...
Joe, I actually have something to discuss with you. Will you join us? The other day, it was I
told...
Quite. Jotai will teach me the... We're up.
Oh. It turns out... I'm glad... I hope...
Lord Han Dong does so much for such little...
Is this really a battle we can win? If Lord Sun Jian and Lord Sun Shi were here, but Lord, that may be...
Lord Sun, they're wondering if the leadership of the Sun clan plans to sit back and watch as they risk their lives fighting.
I suppose I cannot avoid such doubts. But I devised this plan personally, after much consideration.
And I will be leading our troops into battle myself. I am a lady of the House of Sun. I will not be accused of inaction in the face of danger. My brother will be watching over us all as our commander. His role will be to keep a close eye on our situation in battle.
No amount of explaining. So, I want you to trust me just this one.
Well then...
Let's begin.
Listen up. Hi.
Now then. My wit... Don't... The death of my brother has shaken the foundations of the kingdom. That is why now, more than ever, we must put down this rebellion. I will need help from all of you to make things right. Rest assured that I too will be doing all in my power to fulfill my duty to you.
I'll lead the charge. Everyone, follow me!
The enemy officer
How exactly are we
has been
going to
defeated.
win this? I can't wait to see how this one plays out.
Charging at the enemy's front line head-on is the kind of fighting the Sun family is known for. But she really takes it a bit too far.
All right, they're through. Close the gate!
They blocked the path behind us. Looks like they're trying to divide our forces.
This is a little unsettling, but we can't let fear bind us. For now, we need to face forward and
The
keep
enemy
going.
officer has been defeated.
Okay, we're back on track. Back on the road to victory.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Keep up the good work.
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Give it to them.
Yes, keep it up! All my might.
The enemy officer has been defeated. This territory. The enemy officer has been defeated.
Let's go. Nothing to worry about with us here.
It seems this gate is closed tight. Looks like we're going to have to bust in with a ram.
We're going to take control
enemy
of each
officer
critical location
has
as
been
planned.
defeated.
We have to establish a foothold for the siege. Begin the advance.
been defeated. This is a ferocious team indeed.
This path leads behind
This territory is
We
ours.
keep going this way.
Yes, we can attack the enemy from behind. Let us attack the castle separately from the rest of our forces. Commence the advance!
We have our foothold, but there are still too many enemy soldiers. If we brought out the ram now, they'll destroy it easily. What we need to do now is keep taking the enemy strongholds. We have to reduce their numbers to ensure the safety
enemy
of
officer
this area.
has been defeated. Let's go. Time to act. Take this.
Can't believe this.
The enemy officer.
So you
has
rats
been
are trying to
defeated.
get inside this way too?
This territory
So predictable.
is ours.
Reporting! There's fierce fighting brewing on the eastern side of the battlefield.
Luther, I have decided to join the siege. I'll draw the enemy to me, while the ram is prepared.
And you will be sending the current siege battalion to the east.
The enemy officer
I think
has
you've
been
made the
defeated.
right choice.
Forward march!
Do you really think that's enough to stop us? All that's left is to scatter
The enemy
enemies
officer
blocking our path.
has been defeated.
Needing to come to my aid.
This territory.
I guess it's an acceptable situation.
Good. Looks like we've taken all the strongholds. Now it should be safe enough to bring out the ram.
Everyone listen! As of now, I am taking over the siege. I want you all to march east. Join forces with our allies there to attack the enemy from behind.
Brother, we shall do as you say and press onward. We trust your judgment. Begin the advance.
All right. The ram looks ready. My lord, we await your orders.
Now is the time to break down the castle gate and finish this fight! Charge!
They're up to
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Not on my watch.
You are just in time. We're about to begin the counterattack.
What would Sun Tzu have done in this
The
situation?
enemy officer has been defeated.
Probably would have gone east. Perhaps even alone. But Lord Sun Chen was different. He consulted with others and made a prudent decision.
The enemy officer
He values
has
the
been
lives
defeated.
of his people and does all he can to keep them safe. That is what makes him fit to rule our kingdom.
We have them now. But don't let up.
Let's go. Time to act.
How easy.
Time to attack.
This officer
The enemy
bows
officer
before the might
has
of the
been
Sun
defeated.
family.
Time to act.
I have defeated the enemy officer.
This territory.
This officer bows before the might of the Sun family. Let's go.
The moment has come.
Accomplished more than I could
The
have
enemy
hoped for.
officer has been defeated. Bring him down.
I'll give you the honor of it.
An opening. Take that. All my might.
And I think
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Go on.
The enemy officer has been defeated.
Graceful you were.
The enemy officer
I can't help it.
been breached! How? We had countermeasures in place!
Victory is at hand. Keep up the pace. The enemy officer has been
Taken a
defeated.
turn for the worse. I must think of something quickly. You've rushed in at my time of need. I shall never forget this. Almost at our limits.
Let's get serious.
Unexpected result. You are a true warrior of the three kingdoms. Indeed. Believe this.
The enemy officer has been defeated. Time to act.
Never did I think this day would
The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
I knew you would come.
Proper strategy can overcome any
The enemy officer has been defeated. Time to act. Easy. Time to attack. Take that. This territory is the enemy officer has been defeated.
You never
The
fail
enemy
to
officer
impress me with your feats.
has been defeated. Time to attack. Time to attack.
This is a ferocious tune indeed.
Not bad. The enemy officer
I have defeated
has
the
been
enemy
defeated.
officer.
Time to act. Time to act. This'll do. This territory is ours. Let's go. Now.
I know how to get the job done.
They're coming in through the front gate. If we don't stop them.
Got this. Take that. There we go. Time to attack. officer has been defeated.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Let's get this fight started! Take this! Take this! Take that!
Time to attack! The enemy officer has been defeated. The enemy officer has been defeated.
You're right. I am just a fledgling. That's why you need to remember this. Today, you were defeated not by me, but by the kingdom of U. And all the hopes and bonds of its people.
Time for a good old fight. Get ready.
Your time's up! The time is right! Take this! Give this all my
Proper strategy can overcome any obstacle.
You did it. Thanks, everyone. Father. Brother. I think I can see it now. Counting on you. The kingdom that I must create. Listen up! As you all know, I don't have the strength or the... However, I have my own way. Our path forward. It will be the combined... That is how U will fight.
There are those... You will all come to understand that?
In this king, I trust.
Are you seeing this? Your little brother might just achieve even greater things than you did.
The battle to restore order in Luqiang ended very favorably.
It was all thanks to Lord Sun Quan discovering his own strengths. And...
Quite.
Oh, that's what I... Now...
I think with the momentum we have now, the time is right. We should march on Jing and avenge Lord Sun Jian by defeating... If we can all...
Whatever...
They want to take down Huang Su. It's not even...
Is there...
No.
I too agree. I imagine... But avenging one...
Ling Tong. And with that... Ling Tong, we will...
You don't need... Well...